Hello Ashesi community and prospective investors.
This is Musa.
Hello guys, this is Agro Entertainment and we are here to revolutionize the gaming industry in Ghana.
Hi, my name is Charles and this is Rudy. We're working on Shift Homes.
We are Team INSO and we want to disrupt the culture of drinking water.
So Node is a company in the recruitment industry.
I can say that it has been very interesting and challenging.
Chic Imagination is an eco-friendly fashion house that produces quality and aesthetically appealing bar with a touch of discarded plastic bottles.
We are giving our customers good aesthetic, durability, and the opportunity to customize their bags based on their preferred features.
A platform that connects home seekers to property owners using the concept of home sharing.
Come watch us on the 7th of May as we take you on the journey on how we plan to disrupt the gaming industry. Thank you.
Guys, so good morning and welcome to today's presentations. We are running slightly late, we are 4 minutes late, so we are starting in the next minute. We have two evaluators in our midst, like I said. Other guests will be joining us and they'll introduce themselves when they get here. But I will pass the microphone on to the evaluators to just tell us their names, what they do, just quickly.
So my name is Denzel. For those who remember, I came here late semester presentation. So just looking forward to see how everyone has improved on the various businesses. Yeah.
My name is Jidu Amar. I am the managing director of the Marvel Law Group, and obviously I'll be there to judge and see how you guys do today. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys had from your presentations and things. So be enthusiastic, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you. And the others are Lenny and I, and then we have the online audience. So we'll invite Tim Insio quickly. Insio.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to know the amount of plastic that Ghanaians are going to use by the end of this year just by drinking from plastic bottles and sachets? When you do the calculation, it brings you to a staggering 21 billion bottles or sachets of water. And what does this filth, this plastic go on to do? Well, this plastic, after we leave it in our environment, is non-biodegradable. So it's going to go on to create filth in our ecosystem. That plastic is also going to go further and create floods around us. As the plastic continues to increase, we're going to have more and more destruction of aquatic species. Now, it seems like a problem, doesn't it? But these are not really the problems of plastic pollution. The real problem is that plastic does not degrade. So when you use it today, that means tomorrow, the bottle that you used yesterday is going to be there, and then the day after, and then the day after that, and it's going to be there for long. So this 21 billion compounded over the years, imagine the amount of plastic that we are going to have out in our ecosystem. So, how is INSO solving this problem? INSO is basically setting up a network of strategically placed refill stations within closed institutions as a way of starting the culture of changing the way we drink water. That is by refilling. So how does this happen? Just when someone is thirsty, he goes to his phone to find the closest refill station between his catchment area within his institution. And then he goes to the dispenser unit where he has found on the app. And then he pays either with his phone or the app. Then finally, the person is satisfied that he's drunk water. But that's not just the benefit we're providing. We're providing people with cost savings, right? They're saving costs every time they do this. They're acting more sustainably. They're saving the earth. Universities are saving money, and people are exposing themselves to a network of people who are also sustainable. We are partnered with companies like Water Help International in order to make this possible. And they provide water solutions and water for us in order to make our customers happy and also to keep us supplied with water. Now, in order to test this concept, we had three MVPs and we did stakeholder engagement with over 200 people. And from these stakeholder engagements, we did a simple prototype. This simple prototype tested hygiene. It tested whether people like it's tamper-proof. It tested so many things. So from those things, we were able to come up with a model, and then we learned about the functionality associated. We work in a new market. So nobody dispenses water the way we do. We're basically telling people, we are going to teach you how to drink water again. And so we need a lot of exposure. We need to create a lot of exposure to people. So basically what is happening now is we are going to do a campaign called the Pitch the Plastic campaign. We are going to do evangelism. We are going to put up posters. We are going to use social media in order to inform people about this. And through that, we hope to be able to catch the 5% of the University of Ghana population that is there today. We don't want 100%. We just want 5% of the people who are environmentally conscious, the people who would actually forsake convenience and start this culture of drinking water. And by doing this, we create a virtual cycle by which people tell other people, and then the 5% keeps growing bigger and bigger. This is our team with communal anchor Maliha Abdullahi and myself. And we are disrupting the culture of drinking water. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are Swift Homes, and we're here to present to you. Over 50% of Ghanaians do not own their own homes. 75% of the people living in Ghana paying rent use 50% of their income, which is just outrageous. Some of the problems we identified was that there was a high rent cost. It costs an average of 800 cedis to live in per month live in a place. There's a high upfront payment of 2 years, and it is cumbersome being an agent. So what's our solution? A web-based platform where users can book and find co-tenants. House sharing. By saving money, they save money by sharing a house with someone else. This splits their cost. The landlords make money by having the larger demand because now the price is more affordable for more people to stay in. And we create a community of people where they can network. I want you to remember 3 things: profiling, matching, and transaction. Here we have a profile of people, their likes, their interests, their dislikes, and we match them together, people who have similar interests. This way it makes it easier to stay with people. There's our landing page, and we use our concierge MVP.
So how big of a market is this problem? Out of the over 15 million people who do not own their own properties, meaning they stay in rented apartments or looking for apartments, we are targeting 5 million of those, which constitute young professionals. They're typically in young graduates or within the first 3 years of their work experience. So what is our business model? We have a commission base of 9.5 on every successful transaction on our platform. But we also need to incur some costs to make these transactions possible. So I would like to talk to you about our customer acquisition. How do we make sure that we get this customer, retain them, and also make them use our services? Looking into marketing and research, it will cost us about $18. But then, think about it. We do not make less than $37 on every successful transaction. However, there are already people existing in the industry. Let's talk about them. We have Mikasa. They are online transactions, yes, but they're targeting the high end, people that earn about 4,000 Ghana cedis. We are targeting young professionals. You have home agents. They help you get home. The transaction is offline. It's not always very effective, and you also have to pay a lot of money. Your family can help you look for apartments if you want to move out. But how sure are you they will know the right apartment, the right time, and the right place? This is where we come in, Swift Homes. We do online transaction, which makes you have access to a variety of homes to choose from. And also, you'll enjoy affordability through the concept of shared rent. So what is our competitive advantage? We have a first user advantage. In Ghana, we're the first real estate company trying to look at shared living spaces to make affordability something normal. Also, profiling is important. If you talk about co-tenancy, you need to at least know the kind of people you'll be staying with, their profile, where they work in. That's another thing. We also have easy use on our platform. You can search by location, price, and other things. And we also have something called homeowner incentive. This is a platform where homeowners connect, talk about issues of giving out their place to co-tenants. And also, we hope that they will take their connection beyond our platform. So what is our market adoption? How do we actually get these people to make this a reality? From research, we realize that social media is not the most effective, especially in the startup space for real estate. So we have physical channels. We're going to schools, talk to people who are about to graduate, like the seniors here at Chelsea University, looking for homes. We go to offices. People regularly want to move or relocate to be closer to their office or to save costs. Those are one thing. Partnership is important to us. There are already existing real estate agents who have access to homeowners that have empty apartments. How do we make these people list their properties? By helping them get a wider range of demand. Social media, we have to use it. And social media, we are targeting storytelling and hashtag. We're in a generation where people want to use hashtags to talk about things. Also, it's a human problem. People having to talk about their experiences will add a lot of traffic on our website. So today, what are we asking? Indeed, we're willing to give you 13.7% of our company for a value of $45,000. This will help us reach over 10,000 transactions on our platform in the next 2 years. Our value in the next 5 years is $702,000 using the venture capitalist valuation. Who are the engine behind this? We have amazing individuals. I'm a business analyst and a design thinking strategist, experienced working with a Chelsea Design Lab. Rudolph have retail and communication experience working on campus. Charles Zuckert is a finance guru. However, he has a lot of experience in the startup space. You have Abba, who's a developer, well-researched and experienced developer. Belinda is also part of our team who will help us with research and constant innovation. So ladies and gentlemen, what we are doing is to solve the mismatch that happens in the real estate industry. We help people that need home to have access to people that have empty homes through the concept of shared living. We make the concept
We'll invite our next team, Team Mossa, to come up for their presentation. Can we give them a round of applause, please?
Hi, my name is Ekwa, and I'm so broke. I had to make countless road trip, and it was considering the high cost of fuel in Ghana.
Hi, my name is Mr. Toys, and I recently moved from Ashama to Tema. Some boys have to pack my item. They do so unprofessionally. Oh my.
Hi, I'm Isiata, and the last time I lost items were 50,000 Ghana cedis, and I'm still looking for those items.
Just yesterday, I moved. Some unscrupulous boys broke my jar with 10,000 Ghana cedis. Ladies and gentlemen, 10,000 Ghana cedis. I'm frustrated.
Ladies and gentlemen, all these are problems resulting from the tedious relocation experience in Ghana. This is where Musa comes in. Mosa is a relocation company that provides a trackable van, professional labor, and customized demarcated boxes. The reason for providing a trackable van is to ensure that the items of our customers are transported safely. Also, the reason for providing professional labor is to ensure that customers' items are not broken or damaged. This is the same reason why we also provide customized demarcated boxes for our customers. One amazing thing about Mosa is that all our offerings are very flexible, meaning our customers can choose to purchase the professional labor and the trackable van without necessarily having to purchase the customized demarcated boxes. Our target market comprises of 2 million people, and for these 2 million people, the values we are offering include the provision of demarcated boxes and the ability to track their delivery vans. Our customer segment comprises of 2 main individuals or 2 main groups of people, and these are middle-income homeowners between the ages of 18 to 35 years old and tertiary students. In reaching these people, we use digital media. We also partner with real estate companies. The reason for partnering with real estate companies is that we realize that a large chunk of our market have direct contact with these people. And we also partner with Royal Crown Packaging for the supply of our demarcated boxes, and also partner with logistic movers for our van that we rent for them. Our cost structure comprises of the labor fee, also the cost of the materials we use in providing our services. Our revenue streams come from 2 main people, that's our customer segments, the homeowners and tertiary students. And they include the price paid for the boxes, the price paid for the rental van, and the price paid for the labor. Comparing Mosa to its 2 main competitors, MOL Packers and Logistics Movers, shows that Mosa has a high competitive advantage over them, especially in terms of innovation, pricing, and technology. After surveying over 400 respondents, Mosa realized that 80% of homeowners are interested in moving with us. We also realized that 92% of students are interested in moving with us. At the beginning of this semester, we conducted our MVP test. And for this MVP test, we moved 10 students at the beginning of the semester from their homes to the Ashesi University campus. Our projected revenue for the first year is 613,000 Ghana cedis. Also, our net income is projected to be 83,375,000 Ghana cedis. Mosa is projected to grow at a rate of 39% over the years. Looking at this graph, you realize that our total revenue and our gross profits increased over the years. Also, this graph shows that our earnings before interest and taxes and our earnings after interest and tax also grow along with our total revenue. Distinguished investors, Mosa is seeking 1.9 million Ghana cedis from you for a 25% stake in our business. Mosa, we move, you snooze. Thank you.
So invite our next team, Chic Imaginations.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are Chic Imaginations, and what we simply do is to make people look good and feel good for saving the environment. Due to the deadly effects of plastic waste pollution and the need to protect the environment, people claim to be environmentally conscious. But when asked whether they engage in activity to save the environment, such as using recycled plastic accessories, they said no. And their reasons include that such products are not aesthetically appealing due to the plastic waste usually too obvious on them. Due to this, it is only 5% of people who are actually environmentally conscious that use such products. However, if we are leaving the use of recycled plastic accessories to only 5% of people out of the huge number of people who contribute to the creation of plastic waste, then we are not getting anywhere in solving the problem. So how might we make recycled plastic accessories appealing to not only environmentally conscious people, but a larger population to speed up the process of combating plastic waste pollution? Chic Imaginations is an eco-friendly fashion house that produces quality and aesthetically appealing bags from plastic bottles. The value customers get from using our bags is that they get to use recycled plastic bags that are aesthetically appealing. Unlike the ones currently on the market, ours is obscured with fabric. Also, we give our buyers the opportunity to customize their bags based on their preferred features. Then again, our customers have the opportunity to bring the bag they bought from us for renovation. We are targeting tourists, females within ages 18 and 35, and environmentally conscious people, a total target market of approximately 3.7 million. So this is how the business works. We collect plastic waste from sorting sites. Currently, we collect it from Ashesi, and then we prepare the plastics, design and make the bags. Then we sell it through our channels, which are online platforms and which are websites and social media platforms. Customers can also buy from our partner retail stores or reach us during one of our monthly trade shows to get their bags. Using these channels, customers can also customize the bag they want. After all this, we make money from the sale of our bags and then fees we charge for renovation and customization of customers' bags. To test the viability of the business concept, we went through a series of MVP tests, which included social media posts to get feedback on features that people look out for when they are buying bags. And then we also did sketches and sample bags, which we tested at the mall and trade shows. From this MVP test, we got our first 6 partner retail stores who are willing to buy not less than 50 bags in a month. We operate in the recycled fashion industry, and it is responsible for 10% of the total plastic waste recycled in Ghana. The industry can generate approximately 3.8 billion, and our main competitor is trashy bags. But what differentiates us is our bags are more aesthetically appealing. We give customers the opportunity to place orders for bags to be made for them, and then we also do renovation.
The pricing strategies we are using are cost-based and premium pricing. For the cost-based, we are charging a markup of 50% on the cost of 35 Ghana cedis we incur in making a sheet bag. Hence, a sheet bag costs 70 Ghana cedis. We are using premium pricing because we realize that tourists, who are also a segment of our market, place more value on recycled products. Hence, they are willing to purchase them at a premium. So for tourists, the prices for our bags is between 100 Ghana cedis and 150 Ghana cedis. The strategies we are using to push our products into the market include biannual promotions. Here, we are using promotional activities such as buy one sheet bag, get one recycled accessory for free. We are also taking advantage of experiential marketing. With that, we are engaging in sanitation hackathons to create awareness of plastic waste pollution and also the need for people to use. Another strategy we are using is to release innovative bag designs each year, which will be a form of following the fashion trend to make bags for our customers. In our first year of operation, we expect to make 2,568 bags, and this is translating into 180,000 Ghana cedis. The total cost is 91,800, and we are making a profit of 88,200. Our revenue is expected to grow by 50% over a 5-year period because we are going to increase our channels of operation and productivity. Chic Imaginations is valued at 3.2 million Ghana cedis. And ladies and gentlemen, we are seeking an investment of 30,000 Ghana cedis for a 10% stake in our business.
Please join hands with us to save the environment for the next generation after us to also have a place to live. Thank you.
So imagine going to the market. Let's take, for example, domain market or Entrepreneurship. What you'll encounter is that you find very crowded markets and also products are handled in a very unhygienic manner. So you decide to go to the malls, like for example, Accra Mall, and you find that there are very long queues and also products are sold at very high prices, but when you take them home, they have very short shelf life. So with this, and after involving more than 250 stakeholders, FreshUp came up with a solution. And FreshUp is an online delivery platform where customers are able to order fresh fruits and vegetables on a click. So we offer very fast home and office delivery. And also, our products are fresh from the farm. So how do FreshUp make money? We make money from sales of our products and also from delivery charges. A basket of FreshUp vegetable goes for 40 Ghana cedis and a basket of fruits goes for 20 Ghana cedis. To validate our market, Friendship was able to supply more than 250 baskets of vegetables to different estates, and through our B2B model which we tested, we were able to supply more than 250 packs of cut fruits, and also we were able to supply more than 10 crates of lettuce to restaurants. So during to test our MVP, we were able to have an online landing page where more than 50 customers were able to use it to order for products. And as you can see, one side you have customers who receive their products on their office, and then you have the chopped fruits on them for the shops. And Freshop is targeting 500,000 customers who are frequent online purchasers.
With our possible slogan of Eat Fresh, Stay Healthy on a Click, we aim to become the leading online grocery retail in Ghana. We employ direct marketing strategy through our sales personnel into churches and that of organizing of estate parties. In order to encourage customer retention, we offer one-time free delivery to any successful customer referral. One of our leading competitors in this industry is farm markets. They provide the option of buy, click, and collect at their physical store, but we offer direct delivery service to our customers, coupled with a customized shopping experience and group ordering options. Now, in the first year, we aim to acquire 300 active customers who will be ordering fruit and vegetable on weekly basis throughout the year, and the growth rate at 18%, translating to over 900,000 Ghana cedis. We are offering 307,000 Ghana cedis for 25% stake in our business. Now, this is the growth rate of our business, of our revenue over the 5 years. And we hope to break even at the 10th year, a 10th month. Thank you. We hope to break even at the 10th month. Now, with the information that we have provided you, and with what Fresh Up is doing, we are encouraging that anytime that you want to buy any fresh fruit and vegetable, think about Fresh Up. Fresh Up, eat fresh, stay healthy on the day. Thank you.
We have one more team present, and then and then we'll take a quick break. So it'll be a very short break. It'll be an opportunity to network with some of our guests, and then we'll come back and listen to a few more, and then we'll have our closing remarks. So, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. We are Norrid, and we're here to make sure that when opportunity comes knocking, you're there to answer. So did you know there are approximately 8 million youths in Ghana that are either unemployed or underemployed, that is working in the informal sector? And similarly, there are 90% of businesses in Ghana being registered as SMEs. That is according to Alliances in Action. These companies themselves do not necessarily always have the funding to support full-time staff, and thus find themselves struggling to keep up and succeed in the competitive business environment. Norrid aims to bridge this gap between these parties by providing a web-based platform that connects individuals to opportunities provided by these SMEs. Now, we do this by providing access to our database to both parties, where the job seekers come and create profiles after paying a monthly subscription, and the job posters themselves can create posts for the opportunities that they have available, and while they can also pay to have these posts sponsored. By doing so, we create the illusion that they're offering jobs directly to these individuals, who also in turn provide the labor that they need in order to facilitate their business activities. Now, we tested a few MVPs to come out to see if our concept was viable with our profile generation MVP and our job poster MVP, as well as a landing page. And we found that it made us aware of the need for a rating system for the job seekers, so that job posters can look on the platform and see who is viable for them and how well the person can do their work and all those kinds of things. We also found that we needed to have portfolios for the users in order for them to showcase their previous works, in order to allow individuals and other SMEs to be able to see what they're capable of ahead of time before choosing to hire them. It also highlighted the importance of a need for either a larger database of workers on the platform, or a more narrow focus on job types in order to effectively connect individuals to different types of opportunities. So you might ask, who are our competitors? And they are likely to be the Indeed and freelancer type of companies. Now, we compared ourselves to our offerings to these companies and found that whilst we do charge a slightly higher cost than these individuals, we offer the fact that for job seekers themselves, we take no commission on the jobs that they do. That is, they do the jobs and get paid fully for their services, whilst Indeed and freelancer themselves do charge us relatively larger fees for these services that they provide. We also found that we were going to mediate between these parties in order to ensure that they could and would get the jobs done for the SMEs that are looking to hire them. And also, our focus is primarily on the sub-Saharan African area of the world, whilst these companies are more globally based. So how do we make money? It's very simple. We take monthly subscriptions from users on the platform, and we also take money from the posters, the SMEs themselves, who look to sponsor their posts and gain a larger visibility to job seekers on the platform, as well as other SEO methods. So the team itself is made up of these 5 dynamic, lovely people who bring a mix of marketing, financial, web development, and UI UX development skills, and in order to create the platform and make it look as good as possible and function as well as possible. So what are the costs and revenues involved? We will incur the cost of approximately $134,000 in the first year, going up to approximately $294,000 in the 5th year. Whilst our revenues themselves will start from $121,000 to growing all the way to over $1 million in the 5th year. This is showcased in the graph below. So we use the user multiple to value our business, and we came to an approximate valuation of $1.6 million for Nord, and we're offering you 10% for $160,000. Thank you.
Guys, so welcome back from the break. We are going to continue. Unfortunately, we've lost the PA system. And what that means is that you have to project, right? So come forward a bit and project. And I think we should be fine. And this is Bishop coming after this. So let's welcome Bishop.
Mommy, I'm hungry. I should be cooking ever since. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. The lights went off, so I have to everything by myself. Maybe you can go and buy food time. We'll eat Gary tonight. Baby, okay. Christiana. Yes, mommy. Food is ready. Okay, what's really good? Well, thanks to this chef's ingredients, a puree of tomato, onion, garlic, and ginger, I'm able to cook in less than 10 minutes. All I need is to add some oil, add the ingredients, and then spice it to my taste. And voila, food is ready. Okay, here you go. You can have your food. Thank you, mommy. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are to meet chef. So our persona, Mrs. Mr. J, is a banker, a mother of 2, who loves to cook and wants to provide healthy meals for her kids. So as kids depicted, Mrs. Mr. J employed after using Big Chef. Ladies and gentlemen, I never expected balancing my career with managing my home to be tedious. I come back home from work very late, and I still have to provide for my kids. One day I was ranting to my colleague at work, and she told me about Ingrimix, a product of Beach Chef. She gave me their website, and ladies and gentlemen, it was an amazing user experience. With just a few clicks of buttons, I was able to order my Ingrimix, and I was even able to indicate that I didn't want garlic to be included in the product since my son is allergic. Now, I was able to purchase a 500-gram product for 15 cedis at the comfort of my office. This is the experience that I've had with Beach Chef's Ingrimix, and I would like all of you to join me on this journey
to transform your kitchen experience. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the experience we want to replicate in the lives of the 1 million people that exist in our target market. There are many corporate workers and students who are between the ages of 20 and 25 years, and we operate in a resegmented market. Currently, our main competitors are including food processing and already made stews and soups. Unlike including food processing, we have no preservatives in our mix. And unlike the already made foods and stews, you can customize your stews and soups to your personal taste. For our stake, we spoke to about 300 people, and 70% of those people said they would love to use our products because they love to cook, but they don't have the time. And the 30% who said they wouldn't use our product did so only because they have enough time to cook and they enjoy the experience from start to finish. For MVPs, we first tested different pre-prep ingredients to our customers. So we tested that by going to a customer's kitchen and pre-prepping the ingredients here right before she cooked. We iterated about that and decided to come up with a puree. And that was our second MVP, which was packaged in a Ziploc bags. The feedback we received from that was that it wasn't aesthetically pleasing and was quite difficult to handle. So we also worked on that, and our current MVP is a new package that is resealable and is more aesthetically pleasing. The pricing strategy we are currently using is a market penetration pricing strategy, and it costs 10 cedis to make a 500-gram pack of ingredients, which will be sold at 15 cedis to our customers. So currently we make 33.3 profit on the sale price of the ingredients pack. For our valuation, our company is being valued. We are valuing our company at 784,444 cedis, 448 cedis, and we are willing to offer 15% of that to investors. Thank you very much. This is V Chef. Cook fast.
Real plates, right? Relax. Okay. Okay, you can start.
Hi, we are Team Renovate and I'm Kelvin. I'm presenting on behalf of my team. So let me walk you through our problem. So think of Kofi, who is a young working professional. He just finished school and he's worked for a couple of years. He's falling in love, he wants to get married, but he wants to make some rentals, some property rentals. He can't do this currently because he currently has to make a 2-year down payment, advance payment, which is too expensive for him. Think of Rejoice, the property owner who has empty houses because it's too expensive for people to make the down payments. So we did some research. We spoke to 200 professionals and realized that 165 of them were looking for a solution that helped them to make flexible payments instead of the one-time down payment. We spoke to 60 homeowners and we realized that they were not willing to bring down the 2-year down payment. They wanted it upfront. So we came up with a solution that's twofold. We have an online platform that allows people like Kofi, the working professionals, to find property. And we have an offline process where we partner with banks, such as Republic Bank, so that they apply the concept of mortgage to rent. So they pay on behalf of Kofi, and Kofi pays back to them in installments. Now, how do we make money? So for every property owner that signs onto our platform that wants to verify their property, they pay a 50 cedis fee. And for every tenant that wants to physically tour a property on the platform, they pay a touring fee, which is 70 cedis. Then when it comes to our 10% commission, when the bank is paying on the behalf of Kofi to a homeowner, we take a 10% commission of that transaction. So now what's the market opportunity like? So there's a young population in Ghana. We are currently about 30 million. 80% of us are youth, and we are growing annually. What's happening is that more people are going to need access to property rental services for them. Why are banks willing to partner with us? This is because they are looking for people who they can do financial innovation with. And since they are banks, they have the flexibility to do things such as looking for property and helping people rent. There's currently an adoption of technology, making it easier to deduct money from people's salaries if they should take this advance payment. And currently, property owners are looking for people to fill in their houses. So why are we different from Mikasa? Mikasa is an online platform that helps you to find properties. And with us, besides just finding properties, we help you actually pay monthly instead of the 1 year down payment. Unlike bank loans, we don't take collateral. All you need is a stable job. And unlike real estate agents, we don't have the inflated prices involved. Are we viable? And the answer is yes. Currently, our fixed cost is 89,400. The cost of acquiring one customer is 120 cedis. And the lifetime value of one customer for 2 years is 2,200 cedis. So the profit we make on each customer is 2,000 cedis average in 2 years. We are projecting to make 1,400 rentals in 2 years. That's 28 rentals per month. And we expect to break even in the 4th month of the year. And our valuation is around 40 million Ghana cedis, and we are willing to give out 10%. So just to recap, we're actually helping people who cannot afford to make the one-time down payment by helping them spread the cost across the month with the help of our partners who are the bank. Thank you, and Renovate. We don't just make property rentals. We
renovate the experience.
Thank you.
I don't think we need any questions. Or do we have any questions for them? Really?
Thank you.
Okay. So let's welcome the next team, which is Macro. Yeah.
Hello everyone, this is Agro Entertainment and I'm here with my two friends.
Hi, I'm Felix, currently investing in Ghana. I'm looking for places where I could purchase units. However, I don't trust the current available options.
Hi, my name is Tom. I just started my national service and I own a lot of video games I don't play anymore. I would like to sell them to make some big cash, but I don't know who specifically to sell to.
Thank you, Prince. Thank you, Tom. Intrigued by this problem, my team decided to explore. In exploring, we spoke to about 400 people in a series of questionnaires, surveys, and stakeholder engagement. And we arrived at 3 core problems. The first one is that 71% of the people we spoke to said they lack market access. The second thing was that 95% of the people we spoke to felt that online transactions were insecure. And the final thing was that 89% of the people we spoke to wanted to verify their game, to test their game before they bought them. So we asked ourselves, how big is this problem? The problem is huge because 2.4 million people currently in Ghana are interested in purchasing video game and video game equipment. So what happened? Agro happened. Agro is an online platform that allows for the purchasing and selling of video games and video game equipment. We started our prototype platform where we have added some features and are looking to add more features in the near future. So how will Prince use our platform? Prince will come to the site, look through the catalog of games, and pick a game he wants. Prince will then pay for the game either via mobile money or Visa card, and then Prince receives the game, and we have a happy Prince. So how will Thomas use the website? Thomas will come to our Agro, sign up to be a seller, give a description of the game, and upload details of the game. Once the customer wants to buy the game, the delivery service will pick up the game from Thomas and send it to the customer. After getting the cash, we hold the cash for 24 hours, and if the loan completes, the cash is sent to Thomas, and Thomas makes some good money. So what exactly is Agro offering to his customers? The first thing Agro is offering is a market. So since Agro is there's a wider market for more people to be reached. The second thing Agro is offering is security. In the normal transaction process, there's a physical meetup where the buyer meets the seller. There's a chance that an attack can happen from either one of these parties. Agro removes this process and makes it more secure for the customer. The third thing we do is we offer the opportunity to test your game before actually buying your goods. Our customer segments are split into 2, as I said before, buyers and sellers. So how do we get, keep, and grow our customer base? We get customers mainly through tournaments, where we enlist people who are already interested in gaming onto our service. We also plan to use gaming forums and to aggressively use social media to capture more people and increase our customer base. In a bid to retain customers, we plan to use promotions and loyalty codes. For our business model, a large chunk of our revenue comes from 20% commission on all transactions on our platform. Looking at it at a unit breakdown, we incur a cost of about 23 Ghana cedis, generating a revenue of about 97 Ghana cedis, and earning a final profit value of about 74 Ghana cedis. So some resources that enable our growth to work is the website itself, site engineers, And the partners we plan to work with are delivery communities and the delivery service. Our cost mainly comprised of website maintenance and the development of such a platform. Now, revenue, as I said earlier on, is mainly from commission and supported by advertising and listing fees. So projections for the month are that we would have sold 320 units of our products within a month, and our projected revenue would have been 40,000 Ghana cedis. Our projected monthly cost would have been 19,000 Ghana cedis, arriving at a projected monthly value of about 22 Ghana cedis. So how does Agro differentiate itself from competitors? We offer three things that our competitors do, which is security, the ability to test your games, and Agro is the first of this kind, being the only retail platform solely focused on gaming in Ghana. So how do we actually test that Agro is going to work? We first did a landing page, which is to see whether people are actually interested in the idea. The next thing is we conducted a series of tournaments where we got over 100 people attending, showing that there's actually physical proof of people wanting to use Agro. The next thing we did was to mimic the sales process in the physical process, where we sold over 2,000 Ghana cedis worth of games, showing that people would actually patronize Agro. Our company is valued at 2 million Ghana cedis, and we're looking to offer 20% of the company for 400,000 Ghana cedis. Happy to help people like Prince and Thomas. Agro, the game never ends, so why not invest in us? Thank you very much.
Any questions? No questions? Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So Insio is ready, so you can present or pitch.
Water is life. This is a nugget of truth most of us grew up believing in. Ladies and gentlemen, when what is supposed to give you life becomes a toxic that kills you, then there is a fundamental problem. Our plastic fields, floods, and aquatic life destruction. Now, this isn't the only thing that actually accrues with regards to plastic waste damages. There is another fundamental problem which is untold, that is attached to also drinking water from plastics, and this has to do with global warming. Now, when heat is rising, human beings perspire. The more that you sweat, the more water you consume. But the catch is, whilst the heat is rising, the leaching rate in plastic bottles and plastic sachets is also increasing, releasing BPA, a cancerous chemical that over a long period of time of consumption can cause health effects on the people consuming it. Now, what we want to do as ISO is to change the culture in which we drink water, not only to remove the excess plastic that is on the continent and on the country which we live in, but also to also reduce the cost, plus also save life and also to save poverty at the same time. Now, our solution is to create a network of smart refuel stations in controlled environments such as educational institutions, workplaces, and even churches, and also give people the ability to actually track their impact they make on the earth. What we do is we've included an application which is called the Inso app that comes with the service we are providing. That gives users the ability to know the place to find a refuel station, take along their refuel bottles, refill, and also get to be able to track the amount of money and the amount of plastic they save in every reuse that they make with the service that we are providing. Our customer journey is such that our customer will open the application, find the nearest spot, go to the station, and then refill. And after refilling, they are able to know the amount of money that they've saved, plus the amount of plastic that they ditch as a result of their refilling that particular amount of water from our station. Indeed, we also include benefits that also comes with the gamification process by allowing individuals to feel like they are actually contributing to the nation's development and also to the greenery that is actually at stake currently. The model that we are developing targets specific people, and these are people within universities who are already tech-oriented and young and are adaptable to change, which is why we are targeting University of Ghana, which has a population of 40,000 students to begin with. Now, we are targeting 5% of the population in the University of Ghana, and in doing so, we'll be able to actually accrue over 750,000 Ghana cedi in our first year of operations, therefore not only breaking even, but also actually covering all our costs and also ensuring that from the massive traction we gain within the University of Ghana, we'll be able to expand to other universities. One other way we're using to actually cut our costs is the Dish the Plastic campaign. So in every university that we go to, in every place that we actually begin to set up, we roll out a campaign program which we partner with student bodies within that university or within that institution. And we encourage students and people within that university to know the benefits of switching from plastic to refilling. With the model that we are creating, ladies and gentlemen, we only make sure that people get the value of water by in partnering with Water Health International, who is the current 1 cedi that people pay for 500 ml bottle of water. We are able under our model to give the same amount of water for 50 pesos. And in this regard, customers are able to save over 1,000 cedis over a year. These are the things that we are actually going to show to the people that we are educating in these controlled institutions so that they'll be able to know that over a long period of time, they don't only save money, they also save the planet from the plastic waste and also help themselves with regards to over a long period of time, saving themselves from catching all kinds of amount of plastic and track the amount of plastic and track the amount of money that they save at a time, which is something that would also gather the people who we are trying to get onto the platform with regards to social media. Hence, this is the issue that we are giving to investors to invest in an amount of 250,000 cedis so that we can roll over our funds in the University of Ghana and then roll out over the years to other places to achieve the maximum impact that we want to do. Thank you very much.
That's my second best. The first one is a tomato. What's your favorite so far? Yeah.
These guys.
Yeah. The Aisha's one.
Yeah.
That one also.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Audrey S. Dacker. We have my partner as well, Ellie Okunapo. I'd like to start with a question of who are you? Many of us here do or have had to ask the question of who we are. But I dare say the answer lies in what you eat. Enjoying a more nutritious, nutrient-dense, high-quality, healthier produce or meals in order to have a healthier outcome is what we prefer. But currently, with the decline in soil fertility or nutrients and low food security, as well as unhealthier produce or meals, I'd say that jeopardizes our desire to have access to healthier options. So I'd say that hold your thought on shifting the blame to the hardworking farmer, because as a young farmer of over a year now, I can't help but recognize and internalize the major problems the over 5.4 million farmers in Ghana face today. 1, fertile soils are being lost at a rate of 24 billion tons a year. 2, there is inconsistent fertilizer supply in Ghana, dangers of nearly 100% imported chemical fertilizer, as well as, lastly, the worst case scenario, where in parts of northern Ghana, human excreta is being used to feed soils in order to increase yields. That shouldn't be the case. So there are core threats that jeopardize, the all-year supply of sustainable, healthier produce, and strips away the confidence to answer the question of who you really are. So I'd like to introduce to you Sabin Sake. And these are the major problems farmers face. Sabin Sake is a green sustainable company, simply, that ensures farmers in greenhouses have access to affordable fertilizer and have high quality organic fertilizer all year round. For us, we believe that the wealth of a nation lies within its agricultural corridors, ensuring that you feed your nation by the people itself for the people. And essentially, our successes so far have been 41 signups for farmers in greenhouses, 30 bags sampled out to 10 farmers. We have 2 recruited cohort partner farmers in Ayim and Akachi district. And currently, we're partnering with the CSIR to have our products tested. So currently, we are operating within an 11.16 billion global organic fertilizer industry, and in Ghana is 5.8 billion Ghana cedis. We have nearly 100% imported inorganic fertilizer in Ghana at the moment. So our competitive landscape essentially would say that Sabin Sake is uniquely positioned within the quadrant of high performance and affordability, in the sense that we have locally sourced agro waste, we make use of green technology, biotech, and biochar, and we're operating a decentralized production site unit, which allows us to be more superior to our competitors, mainly in the inorganic space. So we offer a viable alternative to inorganic fertilizer, and that is our product here. Simply, what we do is to provide an all-purpose blend sourced from various types of local organic farm waste, and this helps us produce carbon-negative fertilizer that helps boost yields and increase security, food security for society. Essentially, we have a manual tutorial guide that gets attached to every product we have in order to sensitize people about climate resilient agriculture. We have powdered form, and then we're starting off with a granular version. So simply, our advantage lies within our special formula, which is added to the agro waste that we source in order to produce organic fertilizer. And this is our decentralized production unit that will start in Akachi district.
Now, so how do we fulfill value for our customer? Now, first off, we source our agri waste from local rural farming districts. Local rural farming districts where there's an abundance of agri waste. And we now take this decentralized production units where they are we manufacture our fertilizer. We now distribute them through distribution vans and sell them to customers either by order by delivery or to retail stores. Now, revenue model, we pay a 55% profit margin on our products, and we have a direct cost totaling 45 Ghana cedis on each unit. Now, for the capital expenditure, total capital expenditure is 70,569 Ghana cedis. And we have a sales growth of 30%. Thank you. Yes. And I'll ask the experience.